Last time the Air Force Academy Falcons defeated the UC Davis Aggies was October the 13th, 2012, here at the Cadet Natatorium. Since then, UC Davis has won 13 in a row in what has to be the leading match at the Rare Air Challenge, the headliner, if you will. The number 4 UC Davis Aggies will take on number 19 Air Force Academy Falcons. Hello, everyone. I'm Jeffrey Orman, along with my broadcast partner, AJ Kuipers, who's had a pretty busy weekend in his own right. These two teams will meet for the 85th time, with the Aggies leading 46-38. Key players for UC Davis: Logan Anderson, 51 points last season, and in the goal, Aaron Wilson, 16-5 last year, a 52% save average. Well, AJ, you have had quite the weekend, haven't you? A little competition and also being up here in the broadcast area. As you take a look at this matchup today, what does Air Force need to do to finally get the monkey off the back and beat UC Davis?
You know, Jeff, I think it's just a matter of that foundational defense, trusting in their players, and executing on offense. Obviously, it's going to be the challenge for today, but I think we got a good shot. You know, it's going to be a good match.
It will be a good match. Lucas Smith gets the starting goal for Air Force, 1-0 on the year. The starting lineup, pretty much what you've seen all year. Kaido Ham and Ian Christie, numbers 3 and 4 respectively, as we have the opening sprint. It's tapped back to Air Force, and they will come on the attack. Jake Dixon, Jackson Carter, Cole Copperrood, and Tom Leggett make up the rest of the starting lineup for the Air Force Academy Falcons. Falcons working off to the left side. The last time, as we just mentioned, that Air Force beat UC Davis was right here on the Falcons score right off the top. And folks, that didn't take long, 21 seconds.
That was great. Kaido Ham just hammering the ball back in the net. Great first possession by Air Force Falcons.
An interesting note, Kaido with his third point of the 23 campaign. When Air Force has scored first, they've never lost this early in the season. That's a good sign.
That is.
One of the things that Ryan Brown was telling us at the post game, AJ, they can't make mental mistakes against,
That's right.
They can't make mental mistakes, especially against UC Davis.
That's right. That is 100% right, Jeff. And with that, that's a steal from Ian Christie. Passes back to Luca.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Air Force, which has been kind of slow out of the blocks the first two games, they're coming out firing right now. Here's Ian Christie, who brings it up as they have scored the first goal of the match and force a turnover on defense. Cole Copperrood getting a little action on the wing side. Back to Ian Christie. Kaido, left side. Leggett fires, and a nice block by the goalie. Talked a little bit about him earlier in the broadcast. That's Aaron Wilson as they throw the outlet pass.
It's an exclusion on number 11, Tom Leggett, in the transition there. That gives Davis a power play opportunity here.
Well, you can't give these guys an opportunity. You got to play tight today.
That's right. The defense going to be key here.
As it is almost all the matches. There's a shot, I think that's high off the post.
That's
and Air
out.
Force will have it, punched out by UC Davis. However, the Falcons maintain control. So they'll be back at full strength. We are just underway in this key match. The headliner of the Rare Air Challenge, number 4 versus number 19. Cole Copperrood bringing it up. There's Kaido. Kaido Ham.
I believe that's
Looking
Jacob Yu with the ball.
I beg your pardon.
No worries.
Down
okay.
low.
Tries to go to Jake Dixon, but taken away by UC Davis.
Well, I'll tell you what, as you mentioned, you got to trust, you got to play D, and you better be mentally ready.
That's right, Jeff. Oh,
nice tip away.
That's a nice tip by Kaido Ham.
Kaido Ham sending it back.
Some great defense here from the first couple minutes of this match from Air Force. I think that's going to need to be maintained throughout the match in order to keep it tight.
Air Force in the 5 meter, now trying to penetrate to the 2 meter line. That's Jacob Yee. Back to Kaido. A side armor, and it goes wide. Just underway here in the first period of game number 3 of the Rare Air Challenge. And this is the one you want to see, folks. Number 4 against number 19. It's been a long time for the Falcons since they have beaten the Aggies. Here's a shot. It is deflected, knocked away, and it'll go to Air Force. You got to like what you're seeing defensively, AJ.
That's for sure. I mean, Lucas Smith is...
Here's Cole Copperwood swimming with the ball.
Down to Ian Christie.
Here's Logan Anderson who was checking him. We talked about him. Off the hands, but nobody pressured him, so he'll just go back and get it. Off to the left side. I think Leggett was trying to draw the foul. He's going to try a lob.
Oh! Tom Leggett with a beautiful lob in the last couple seconds of that shot clock. That was amazing, Jeff.
It really was. That was just pure touch.
Well, that puts Air Force in the lead 2-0 with about 4 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the first period.
Massive substitutions coming in now for the Aggies, rather. And for Tom Leggett, that's his 9th point of the season. He is off to a fantastic start. Footnote on UC Davis. They have been in Colorado Springs for 2 weeks, getting acclimated to the altitude, and I believe, according to what we have heard from one of the parents of the UC Davis players, they were at the Olympic Training Center.
That's right, Jeff. They were training down here in the Springs, and just their preseason training. Cool opportunity to be at the Olympic Training Center here.
There's a shot and a score.
Quick no look. Slides it past Luca there.
2-1 now in favor of the Air Force Academy Falcons. Jumping off to a 2-0 lead. You don't think UC Davis wanted to come in here and make an impression, ranked 4th in the country, coming out here for 2-week training? You don't think they're taking this a little seriously? I believe they are. Now they've got a stoppage of play.
Seems like there was a miscommunication there with the refs and the coaches on substitutions. A little early start.
David
whistle.
Brown checking out of the pool, so now we have everybody, I believe, at full strength.
Sorry, we got some new faces in right now with number 9, Jackson Carter with the ball, as well as number 18, Colin Chase, number 2, Jack Richards, and number 6, Sam De La Cruz is also in the pool.
We're going to have a little sidebar with number 2, Jack Richards. If you see a number 10, that was his former teammate.
Oh, really?
Yes. And they have played together. You know, that is Kerr. That is number 10, but he's defending Christie. 3:29 left to play here in period number 1. 2-1 Air Force on top of UC Davis.
Looks like an offensive turnover there in favor of the Falcons.
How about a score and get up by 2 goals?
That would be great.
That would be fantastic. But right now you got to just play and just keep your head. Keep your head in the game.
Yeah, like you said, Jeff, no mental mistakes are going to be allowed in this game.
Jack Richards now taking a pass. Is he being picked up by number 10? See if that is indeed the case. Jack trying to get away, and he does. Now a turnover will go back to UC Davis. Here's a lead pass. Chance for an equalizer here. And
Ian Christie draws an ordinary foul. Excuse me, commits an ordinary foul.
Leading off to the right side. Some of the rest of the team now just starting to catch up as they set the offense. That's number 18, Johnny Kajawa, who fires and scores. We have a tie game now as the Falcons, who scored the first 2 of the match. UC Davis comes right back and scores the next 2. And for the benefit of the Deuces are wild. 2-2 the score. Falcons and UC Davis. See what kind of substitution pattern is with the Aggies.
Some fresh guys in for Air Force. Jacob Yee back in along with number 10, Cole Copperwood.
Jacob Yee with that touch. And to the aforementioned Cole Copperrood. Out there on the wing, off to the flat now to just working that ball. Going down low, that's the leg, and boy, he just gets mugged.
It's a ball under a call.
Yep.
Turned over to the Aggies.
Make a correction on that. They were going down low to Colin Chase, and you could almost see the double team setting up right there, AJ.
Yep. You know, the Aggies, they're pretty famous for a pretty solid aggressive defense, and with that makes it 3-2 in favor of the Aggies.
Aggies have scored the last 3. So they're on a bit of a run right now here in the first period with 2:06 remaining. I'm Jeffrey Orman along with AJ Kuipers. Just had a substitution come in for the Falcons. Here's Cole Copperrood who has it. Kind of working the right side. Now they move it over to the left.
Number 2, Jack Richards with the ball, over to Kaido Ham.
Kaido at the top. See what they'll try to run offensively. Boy, I'll tell you what, you look down low in that center position, there's a lot of pulling and tugging down there.
A lot of Whitewater. Colin Chase draws the exclusion. Gives Air Force a power play opportunity here.
That's exactly what they need right there, AJ.
That's right.
It's off the hands.
Air Force just needs to focus on the fundamentals here, come back to the basics.
There's a shot!
Oh!
And did he make the save? I think he just barely kept that from breaking the plane. Still
close.
hold it 3-2.
It was good effort there. Air Force Falcons just nearly misses the plane of the goal there.
Aaron Wilson. We gave you his numbers early in the broadcast. 52% save average last year. There's a shot, and it's in there, and the Aggies are on a roll. They have scored the last 4. They lead it by the score of 4-2. 53 seconds left to play in the first period.
Yeah, that one was unfortunate. I think it was deflected off of a shot block. But just under a minute here to go in the first period. Let's see what the Air Force can do on offense.
Should be Kaido Ham with the ball. Ian Christie. The 2 co-captains. Ham and Christie combining. Now they throw off to the left side. Jacob Yee in possession. Now he dishes it off. Right side. That's Cole Copperrood trying to get in position. He fires, knocked away by Wilson. Loose ball, 50-50, tapped out by the Aggies. Up the pool they come. That's Will Stryker. Well, they got a man open at the top. There's a shot, knocked away by Air Force. I think that's a field deflection as well. Outlet pass, they may have an opportunity, but the Aggies take it away. I think Kaido wanted a call and he didn't get it. And so that.
Well, that concludes the first period there. That's 4-2 in favor of the Aggies.
As they make a 4-goal run, we'll take a break as well. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision. Back once again at the Cadet Natatorium here at the United States Air Force Academy. I'm Jeffrey Orman along with A.J. Carpers. The leading scorer for UC Davis is number 8, Alex Asnar Beltran. And for the Falcons, it has been Kaido Ham and Leggett with the first 2 goals of the match, yet the Aggies have countered with the next 4, and that is where we are as we start the second quarter of play. And let's see what Ryan Brown is going to do here in the second quarter as we get the second quarter sprint. Ball in the water, and it's punched back to UC Davis. Looks like Christie is in the pool. Jacob Yee is out there. And so here is a lob inside, but it's stolen away by Air Force. And the Falcons make a good defensive adjustment, get the turnover. Now can they finish?
That was great drive defense there by number 4, Ian Christie. Now on the offense, passes to Kaido Ham. Looks for Jake in the center.
Ball popped up in the air. And
offensive turnover, called for a push off there on Jake. Aggie ball.
Well, I guess now the strategy is if they clog up the post position, what do? You just try and penetrate from the wings, I guess.
That's right. I mean, if they're running a heavy drop, it's
nice shot.
It was good offensive possession by the Aggies. Quick entry into center and finish there by number 11. But yeah, if the Aggie defense is running a heavy drop, all you can really do is drive through and look for perimeter shots or just a lot of movement. That's what we can hope for.
Andrew Hitchcock getting credit for that last goal as Ian Christie now has possession. I'll tell you what, there is some real heavy contact down there in that white water down around the post position. They get down low, that's going to draw a crowd, I promise you.
Tom Leggett now with the ball.
Leggett, I think he had an idea, but there's a turnover, and the Aggies get the ball. 4th-ranked team in the country, and they're showing us why here in the early going.
That's
just
right,
underway here in the second period of play. They play some pretty tight D. And here's a steal by Air Force.
There we go. That's Kaido Ham with the steal.
That's Kaido Ham. Yes, sir. We've got a 2-on-2. Kaido trying to get it down the pool. He's going to look. He's going to fire. He scores.
There's Kaido Ham sneaking it under the goalie's arm there. That makes it 3-5. Good quick counter there from the Air Force.
And I'll tell you what, how about Kaido Ham? How about that coast-to-coast play? Gets the steal, gets the finish.
That was great.
Second goal of the day, and the Falcons have cut it to 5-3 as they finally break the drought. Falcons will have one more game in this Rare Air Challenge. Cal Lutheran, and that'll be a 6 o'clock Mountain Time start. And that will conclude the tournament before the Falcons go on an 18-game road swing. And you heard that right. There's a feed off to the left side. They try to pump. They try to give it a look. 4 seconds. There's a shot knocked away. Lucas with a great play.
Good block there by Lucas Smith. Looking for the counter. It's not there. Air Force is going to set up here. See what they can do.
Ian Christie will bring it across. I want to say bring it across the timeline, but I think that's another sport. Falcons, there's Leggett. Leggett still has that ball on the regular foul. There's a long distance bomb by Christie. And it is knocked away by the goalie for UC Davis. Falcons with another takeaway. Can they capitalize on this one? I'll tell you what, they've made some plays on that side of the pool.
That's for sure, Jeff.
Good defensive effort.
Good drive defense, good drop, some great steals.
Let's see if the defense can now get a replay and see if they can score off that defensive turnover. There's an opportunity.
Oh!
Leggett!
Great entry into Tom Leggett with a nice turn and a shot and a goal. That closes the gap even more. That's 4-5.
AJ, the defense has keyed the offense the last 2 times they've scored. Leggett with his second goal of the day.
You know, Jeff, the Air Force Falcons just need to focus on converting those defensive plays.
Oh, yeah.
And it's working out so far.
Good transition game, and they've taken advantage both times down the pool. 5-4 the score now. Falcons had the early lead before the Aggies went on a run. Here's a takeaway now. That's Jacob Yee. They got the regular foul. Cole Copperwood going on his man right now. They lob to the right side. 11 seconds on the shot clock. They try to go down low. There's a battle in the whitewater. Who's got it?
Oh, a 5-meter penalty called on number 6, Sam De La Cruz. I think he reached over and slapped the Aggies' arm there.
I know I'm about 10 or 15 yards away. It looked like a pretty good D to me, but maybe it's because I'm a homer. What do you think?
No, Lucas Smith almost had that there.
All right, first penalty shot of the afternoon. The whistle, the shot, skip shot, good. 6-4 now. Brian Brown having a chat with one of the officials just off to our left. I think he's just might be setting up something for the Falcons here. Jacob Yee, Ian Christie, Leggett.
Colin Chase is in the center there.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I'd love to have an underwater camera right now because there's some pulling and tugging going on down there.
Good amount of whitewater, that's for sure. Into Sam De La Cruz, gets the ejection call. That's a power play for Air Force Falcons.
Let's see if they can capitalize. Leggett, who has 2 on the day, throws to the right side.
Tom tries for a quick shot.
Partially blocked. Leggett gets it back. Fresh set.
Cole Copperwood now. Jacob Yee tries a quick shot, but good block by the goalie.
Wilson again making the play. In watching some of the defense away from the ball, it looks like they've almost got 4 men that are going to drop back into that post position and just make it miserable for Air Force to try to score from the 2-meter.
That's right, Jeff. Their defense is moving.
Nice play.
A good block by Luca, but an exclusion called on number 4, Ian Christie. That gives 6-on-5 for the Aggies as they call a timeout here with 2 minutes and 56 seconds to go in the second period.
And it's 6-4 in favor of UC Davis. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching Air Force Water Polo on Falcon Vision. There you see the score as we are in the second period. Under 3 minutes left to play. A.J. Kuipers along with Jeffrey Orman. And A.J., we were talking about it at break. When you surround your post man, that has got to open up for some of the other players. So how do you attack?
That's right, Jeff. They're running a pretty heavy drop. A lot of movement on their defense. We just got to drive and keep them moving and look for open guys.
Trying to set up, trying to go to the right side. There's a shot, and it is a score.
It's a nice bar down shot there by number 9 on the UC Davis Aggies.
That is Aaron Vogenhaler, and I hope I pronounced that right, or Vogenhaler. And it puts the Aggies up by the score of 7-4 with 2:35 left to go in the intermission. Falcons 2-0 in this tournament. Also 2-0 on the season. Here's a turnover
There's
going
that,
to the
There's that Aggie drop again. Gives them the steal.
Well, I think you can't use the excuse about altitude with UC. They've been out here for 2 weeks getting ready for the tournament.
That's for sure.
Nice.
Oh, good blocked away by Cole Copperwood. Gives the ball to Air Force.
Got that hand in the passing lane and punched it out, and now the Falcons will come on the attack. Let's see if they can do it again. Let's see if the defense can key the offense.
Over to Jacob Yee, but skipped long. Goalie recovers.
Wilson will pick it up now for UC Davis. 1:36 before the intermission. Into the high post there.
Offensive turnover. That's Air Force ball.
All right, and it comes right back to the Aggies.
Yeah, it looks like offensive turnover and transition there in the backcourt.
19 on the shot clock.
It's an exclusion there on the Air Force Falcons. Number 7, David Brown.
Can't have that.
Nope.
High pass. UC Davis being very patient. They'll wait for their looks and they'll wait for their shot, and they score on that one as well.
Yeah. Well, that's the goal there on 6-on-5, just moving the defense as much as you can, and the Aggies executed on that one.
Alex Aznar Beltran from Barcelona, Spain has a hat trick if my scorekeeping is accurate. And the Aggies have an 8-4 lead. That should be their biggest lead of the match. All right, here's Cole Copperwood and some of the fans just to our right, chanting, "Let's go Falcons," trying to get things moving here. There's an opportunity down low. Ball is knocked away.
That's into number 22, Alex Zarku, who draws the exclusion, and a timeout call from Air Force Falcons.
And we'll take one as well with 46 seconds left to play in the first half. 8-4 the score in favor of UC Davis. You're watching Air Force Water Polo on Falcon Vision. See the time remaining in the first half, and you see the score with UC Davis on top of the Air Force Academy, doubling up the numbers. I'm Jeffrey Orman, along with Second Lieutenant A.J. Kuipers, Air Force Academy graduate 23. And A.J., they need something to happen right here.
That's for sure, Jeff. Just moving that
Fires
ball
it,
around.
blocked away by Wilson. Long rebound comes back to the Falcons. Reload. A shot knocked away by Wilson. Oh, he's sensational. There is no question. If I had to pick a all-conference goalie, this man would certainly be on the chart. Here's a drive up the pool by the Aggies. They just look solid all the way around. There's a shot and a score. The Aggies continue to roll here. Another 4-goal run.
That was a solid defensive stop by the Aggies to convert to offense as well. See if the Air Force can do the same.
9-4 in favor of UC Davis. There's a long bomb. Wilson saves it, and that is going to be the end of the first half as UC Davis leads the Air Force Academy Falcons by the score of 9-4. Second half coming up. You're watching Air Force Water Polo right here on Falcon Vision. Back once again here at the Cadet Natatorium as you see the halftime score. UC Davis over the Air Force Academy. He's scoring for Air Force, Kaito Ham and Tom Leggett with 2 goals. Lucas Smith has 2 saves. And with a hat trick for the Aggies, Alex Aznar Beltran. He is a senior out of Barcelona, Spain. Let's shout out some congratulations to the Air Force Academy football team, which won 42-7 over Robert Morris University yesterday. And as they are in the second half, not too terribly far from where we are, Sacramento State leading Air Force in men's soccer by the score of 3-1. All right, second half, and AJ, what do the Falcons need to do to get back in this thing?
You know, first off, they need some defense, that come back to their foundational defense, and then like they were doing before, just use that defense to push the offense.
Aggies getting the second half sprint. There's Jacob Yee putting a little pressure on. They try to go to the center. Knocked away. Lucas Smith, his 3rd save of the match.
Good save by Lucas Smith there.
Now counter, counter, counter.
Tom Leggett thought he was going to look weak there, but goes over to Ian Christie.
Let her fly. Knocked away.
Knocked away.
Wilson again.
Aggie ball. They have a little bit of a counter going here. Some Air Force players coming in behind.
They look like they've got a look from that 2-meter. Ball is loose though. We've got a whistle.
A 5-meter call on number 10, Cole Copperwood.
Aggies are 1 for 1 in penalty shots today. And let's see who's going to be doing the honors.
Looks like number 2, Logan
Anderson. Yep,
Logan
we
Anderson,
talked about him, second leading scorer last year. And he scores it. Now it is a 10-4 match. I don't think Ryan Brown was happy with that last call, AJ.
I don't think so either. I think the penalty shooter might have moved forward a little bit, and Coach Ryan Brown was not too happy about that.
Telling the team to drive in. He wants them to start attacking them a little bit. 5 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to try a lob, and it's off the pole and to the right of the goal. And I think we talked about that, AJ. I think you mentioned that. You've got to start to make the drive. The only problem is that the Aggies have really been covering that well, but you probably have to stay with it and hope there might be a breakdown somewhere. I mean, this is a solid team. There's another shot. There's another score. And the Aggies starting to show the taillights a little bit. Is that from Beltran, if that's a number 8 cap?
That is.
And that's his 4th. Well, I guess when you come out here and train for 2 weeks, it seems to pay off. They're up by 7 goals on Air Force. Of course, this will be the only time that Air Force and UC Davis will play each other. That's because of the Falcons moving over to the West Coast Conference, where they're starting men's water polo. So
that conference will include some former teams, CBU, LMU, Santa Clara, and some new ones, including UOP, Pepperdine, and San Jose.
That's going to be turning up the competition a little bit.
That's for sure, Jeff. There's an offensive turnover to give the ball back to the Aggies.
Yeah, the old WWPA is going to have a new look, but UC Davis will probably still reign supreme, I would guess. Falcons trying to...
Exclusion call there on number 8, Jacob Yee. Gives another power play opportunity for the Aggies, and they will call a timeout, a 30-second timeout.
Comes with 5:50 left to go in the third period. 11-4 UC Davis will take one as well. We will keep it here as UC Davis continues to just roll, and they've been doing that throughout the tournament. I think their first win was 29-7. That was over Redlands, and I don't think they've let up on the gas since. So here we go, right back to the action. 5:46 left to go. Right now the Falcons need to make a stop and make something happen offensively. Well, they're in that 2-meter lean, and a shot and a score.
One of the Aggies there was staying in the 2-meter area, causing a turnover there, giving the ball to Air Force Falcons. Number 2, Jack Richards is now with the ball.
At one time, it was 6-4 in favor of UC Davis. Nomura getting credit for the goal. I don't think they've changed that on the board yet.
Another offensive turnover in favor of the Aggies. Puts it in the center for a shot and a goal.
Well, they're doing just about everything they want. Will Nomura with the score.
Yeah, Jeff, I think the Falcons just need to minimize those mental mistakes. There seems to be a good amount of offensive turnovers. I think we just need to come back to that foundational defense and use that to drive our offense.
Well, there's still some time left on the clock. 5:05 left to play in this period, and another 8 minutes. But I'll tell you what, UC Davis, they're as good as advertised, folks. They're as good as advertised. Ian Christie getting the little pressure now. Try to get it down into the middle.
An exclusion call in favor of Falcons. Gives us a 6-on-5 opportunity here.
I don't think they've...
David Brown now with the ball to Ian. Back to David.
There's Ian Christie. They'll play catch on that right-hand side. Chance for the Falcons to maybe cut into that lead a little bit. They try to go down low. Knocked away. Turnover goes to the Aggies.
That was Sam De La Cruz there on the post trying to redirect it in, but blocked away by the Aggies goalie.
This is number 10. This is Timothy Kerr. Told you a little story about him. And yes, he's being guarded by his former teammate. Jack Richards has been assigned to him.
Aggies try a lob there, but fortunately bars out. Luca covers the ball. Outlet pass to Ian Christie.
Coming down that left side, that's Richards. Can they see him? They do. Kerr will pick him up, and the two teammates have a nice little introduction to each other. Sam De La Cruz, back now to Jack Richards. 7 on the shot clock. Somebody's going to have to let fly with something here. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, and Christie throws it wide and high. And it'll come right back to the Aggies. Last time the Falcons scored was back in the second quarter, and it has been all UC Davis. Kerr. Try to get a lot down low. There's a shot and another score.
Coach Ryan Brown will call a timeout here with 3 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the third period.
Try to get the name of the... And we'll take one as well. It's been all Aggies as they lead at 13-4. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision. Along with A.J. Kuipers, I'm Jeffrey Orman. You see the score with 3:17 left to go in the third period. It's all been Aggies. The Falcons scoring the first 2 goals of the match. The Aggies scored the next 4, and they have really never looked back. They've got everything going for them right now.
Timeout play here for the Air Force Falcons. See if they can convert. Looks like a lot of movement down 3-meter area. Ian's looking for a pass. Goes to Jack Richards.
Yeah, there's Jack Richards getting, I think his buddy Kerr's on him, or was. Now they drop that off. Christie, he fires in again. It's wide and high. 13-4. Mentioned during the timeout, AJ, that Ian has, I think, some. Does he have a bandage on his finger?
Yeah, I believe he was injured in a previous game. Finger jammed. That's a wing shot and a goal for the Aggies. Yeah, that finger on Ian Christie might be affecting his shot a little bit, but.
Well, folks, by my unofficial count, that is 8 in a row scored by the Aggies. Falcons just have not been able to put the ball in the net.
Sam De La Cruz now with the ball. Over to Tom Leggett. Down to Jack Richards. Who's going to break
the drought? There's Jack Richards back now to Leggett. Will they drive?
Goes over to Sam De La Cruz. He looks
Christie
for a shot.
Fires. That's knocked away by Wilson.
A kickoff there on one of the Aggie players. That causes an offensive turnover and the ball back in the Air Force Falcons' hands.
Now the Falcons got to do something with it.
That's right.
Comes down to pretty simple stuff right now. Richards.
Bruce Kim now in the game.
Haven't had a chance to call his name this year. There's a shot, and it goes wide left. I think the last 2 or 3 shots have just gone wide of the cage.
Looks like there's some tussle going in the backcourt. Double exclusion, one on number 6 on the Aggies and our very own Colin Chase, number 18. That makes it a 5-on-5.
Benjamin Fleming getting sent to the sideline there. Here's Kerr trying to dump it down low.
It's another offensive turnover in favor of the Aggies. Not quite sure what that one was about, but we'll see.
And here they come up the right side.
Bruce Kim now with the ball. Coach telling to swing the ball. Sam De La Cruz.
And Christie.
Looks at
Richards,
Jack.
double team. There's a shot. It's knocked away by Wilson.
That was entry into Tom Leggett.
Here's an outlet pass to Kerr. Kerr, I think, trying to draw a foul. Now a little pressure being put on. Kerr does draw the foul. Colin Chase going after him. That one is off the side of the goal, and it'll be a rebound into the Air Force Academy Falcons.
Just about a minute left to go in the third period here. See if the Air Force can convert on offense.
Richards being guarded by his former teammate Kerr. Down low they go.
Entered
There's
into
a
Tom
shot.
Leggett for a shot, but blocked by the goalie.
Wilson again.
Long pass down to number
Kerr.
10. Kerr.
Jack Richards will pick him up. Right on that wing side. Or make that 12 on the shot clock. 50-50 ball, batted away. Jack Richards picks it up. And time to make something happen here.
Just about 15 seconds left to go. Colin Chase now with the ball. 10 remaining.
9 seconds left in the third period.
Tom Leggett now.
Well,
There's a Colin Chase. Colin looks for a pass to Bruce Kim.
2 seconds, 1 second, and there's a shot, and that is going to end period number 3. All Aggies of UC Davis, they lead 14-4. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision. Getting ready to start the fourth and final quarter. UC Davis leading the Air Force Academy Falcons 14-4. Give us a chance to thank our Sports Information Director for Water Polo, Nick Arseniak, as well as our Falcon Vision crew. And AJ, we start the final 8 minutes of play. And I guess you just, where do you go? I mean, UC Davis is everything we thought they'd be. Yep. Solid on both sides of the pool.
Yeah, Jeff, I think we just gotta focus on defense, getting those stops.
A lot of water polo to play, though.
That's
this is
sure.
only game number 3.
It's a new face in the pool, number 14, Jonah Vanderveen.
I think he got a little playing time.
Losing the sprint there to the Aggies, but see if we can get a defensive stop here.
This might be a good opportunity once again to get some of the freshmen into the fight and let them get involved in this contest somewhat. There's a
good drop defense there.
It was.
Number 5, Jake Dixon, takes the ball away.
It was, and on that drop, it also caused a helmet to go askew, which Lucas Smith will throw to the back of the net. Here is Ian Christie. Leggett. And right back to Christie. Long shot, punched away by Wilson. 50-50 ball, comes up Aggies. 7:03 left to go in the fourth quarter. Cal Luthman will be the final opponent of the tournament for.
Looks like a 4-on-3 here.
There's a look. A pump fake, knocked away. Very good play. Blocked
again. Good block by Tom Leggett there.
Two of them. There's a shot and there's a score.
Fortunately redirected to the Aggies for a quick shot and a score. But great defensive blocks there by Tom Leggett, 2 in a row there.
However, Colin Nichols right there to get the rebound and the score. And this Falcon offense has been totally shut down by this UC Davis Aggie team. Well, I'm guessing in a lot of ways, AJ, this is one of those games, you know, you just kind of take the video and burn it and forget about it and get ready for the next match, which won't be that far away.
Well, you know, Jeff, I think there's actually a lot to learn from this game. Maybe some mistakes here and there, but I mean, nothing we can't learn from to use in the future.
Yeah, you want to start getting that momentum back. One of the schools that the Falcons were playing, I don't think they've played them for about, since I think 2018. They get UCLA. Oh boy.
Yeah.
There's a shot knocked away by Wilson. This kid's sensational. Ball is popped up in the air, out of play. Where's it going to go? It's going to go to the Aggies.
Well, there's an exclusion there on the Aggies, but Air Force tried a quick shot, but blocked away by the Aggies goalie and recovered.
So the
Air Force running a drop here, trying to shut down that
knocked away.
inner guy.
Kaido, there's a shot and a score. And I think did he get it before the horn? I think he did.
So
let's see. I think they got it before the horn.
Substitution here, number 22, Alex Zarku coming in for number 5, Jake Dixon. It's a freshman center from San Diego, California. See if make some moves in the 2-meter area.
10 straight goals scored by the Aggies. There's a shot. Wilson gets his hands on it again.
Fast break, trying to get a counter here for the Aggies.
Where's he going to go with it?
He goes up top.
Go to the right side.
Good counter defense there by Air Force Falcons.
At the conclusion of the game, as there's a shot in the corner, they're just finding every spot to hit.
Yeah, that was a well-placed shot there. Not a lot you can do with perfect placement, cross pass to a quick shot.
Benjamin Fleming will get credit for that.
Some more substitutions here. A new face in the pool, number 13, Owen Imasaki.
He got a little playing time in this tournament.
Number 6, Sam De La Cruz comes in as well.
And I think we have Alex Zarku.
That's right.
In the pool as well. So the Falcons, as we talked about in the first 2 games, giving their young fourth-classmen an opportunity to see what this game is all about.
That's true.
And the Falcons do have a chance to dust themselves off as they'll take on Cal Lukeman. They have not lost. This will be the 13th meeting between the Falcons and the Kingsmen. Air Force is 12-0.
Jacob Yee passes it to Alex Zarku for a shot, but blocked away by the Aggies.
At one point, the Falcons actually had a 2-0 lead. They scored the first 2 goals of the match, and then the Aggies exploded.
Oh, good
nice block
there
by Lucas Smith. Good play there. I think you were telling me yesterday those can hurt the old forearms, right?
Yes, sir. That's a good defensive stop there by the Falcons. See if they can convert here on offense.
Get inside that 2-meter line.
That's number 14, Jonah Vanderveen on the wing. Passes up to Sam De La Cruz.
Vanderveen back to Sam.
Jacob
Waving,
Yee for a
firing.
shot, blocked away.
Jack Wilson. Well, you can understand the stats that he had last year. 52% save average with a 16-5 record. That was in 22. And you can see why. Air Force. Imasaki on defense. They're at the 2-meter line. 4 seconds. Here's Kerr. He fires wide right, and it is going to go back to Air Force with 3:29 left to play here in the fourth and final quarter of game number 3 of this Rare Air Challenge.
Sam De La Cruz with the ball. Passes to Jacob Yee.
Jacob Yee, they try to
Goes
feed
into
it down
Alex
low.
Zarku. He draws an exclusion. It's a power play for Air Force Falcons as Coach Brown calls a timeout.
3:18 left to go in the fourth quarter. 17-4 UC Davis. You're watching Air Force Water Polo on Falcon Vision. Back once again at the Cadet Natatorium along with A.J. Kuipers. I'm Jeffrey Orman.
6-on-5 opportunity here for the Air Force Falcons.
Let's see if they can convert. Jack Wilson, I don't know what you can say about him. He has just been solid today.
That's for sure, Jeff.
As has the rest of that team.
Jackson Carter
There's
fires
a shot
and
and a
goal.
score.
That was a good, quick pass and a shot there by number 9, Jackson Carter. That quick movement and speed is really what's gonna help the Air Force cut down the Aggie lead.
Jackson Carter, that's his 4th goal of the season, 5 points on the year. And that is the first time, I think, since about the first quarter that the Falcons have scored. Double check that with Nick Arseniak. They had posted a shutout here, at least in the third quarter. Here's an opportunity for, let's see if the Falcons will get a little fire. And there's a turnover.
Looks like the center for the Aggies pushed off there, causing offensive turnover, giving the ball to Air Force Falcons. Now number 14, Jonah Vanderveen with the ball. Down to Jacob Yee.
Let's see if Jacob can do something.
Looks like a lot of whitewater down the middle. Exclusion called.
Punches it away. Jack Wilson. I don't know how many saves that young man has, but he's got to be close to double figures, I would think.
I'd agree. Was tipped away by the goalie, giving the ball back to Air Force Falcons.
Here we go.
For another 6-on-5 opportunity.
There's a shot. Wilson gets it. They tried to skip it into the net.
Long pass down to Kerr.
Well, I suppose if here's a shot in front, they battle for it. That's not going to break the plane. Punched out. And the Falcons do have an opportunity to make it a little bit more interesting as they come up the pool. Jackson Carter scoring the last goal for Air Force.
Ball goes down to Jacob Yee now.
I'd like to see Jacob get one. He had a good start to the season.
I agree. Down to Sam De La Cruz.
Yeah, Sam De La Cruz, he got bumped pretty hard, it looked like, out on that wing position. Down
Jonah
low.
enters it into Alex
Backhander.
Zarku. Oh, good backhand attempt there, but just goes off the post, giving the ball back to the Aggies. Long pass goes right to Luca.
Yep. And we'll go.
And another long pass down the pool to Owen and Misaki. Looks
Come
like
on,
a
Owen, put
2-on-1.
one in the can. Wines, fires, and it's stopped by Wilson. Let's see if they'll go the opposite way, if they'll go long. Well, they've got a pretty good look here, and they're going to try and fire.
Good
stop
Lucas
there.
Smith.
Good shot.
Tipped out, giving the ball back to the Aggies as they come down and set up.
Well, even though the score is rather one-sided, we've had some action in the last two possessions.
That's for sure.
Here is Kerr with the ball. There's a pull down from number 15 as he wrapped himself around the neck of one of the Aggie players. There's a shot and it's in the can, and that is, I think, number 5 who gets that in. That is J.T. Kajawa.
You know, Jeff, the Aggies are a strong team. You know, they show the reason why they're fourth in the nation, and you know their center position has always been a strong spot for them, and they show that today.
Well, they've got to be an overwhelming favorite, I would think, to win the WWPA. And wow, what a performance they have put on today. It has been their day.
Some new faces here in the pool. Number 7, David Brown, back in.
Yep.
Along with number 18, Colin Chase.
Be nice to see a goal by somebody who hasn't scored this season. Let's see if that can be the case, as we've got 29 seconds left to go. That one goes wide left.
Shot blocked away. Aggie ball. Looks like there's just going to run out the clock here as there's only 15 seconds to go.
Kaito Ham will be our player of the game. And so they'll hold it 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and there is your final. UC Davis, ranked 4th in the country, comes in and puts up 18 on the Air Force Academy Falcons as they win this one by the score of 18-5. Post game coming up next. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision. Back once again at the Cadet Natatorium, where UC Davis defeats the Air Force Academy Falcons 18-5, joined now by head coach Ryan Brown of the Air Force Academy Falcons. Ryan, not too much to talk about today. The Falcons got off to a 2-0 lead, and then UC Davis just came on.
Yeah, I mean, they're a fantastic team. They're ranked 5th in the nation for a reason. They hardly didn't lose anybody last year. So they returned pretty much everybody and only gotten better. So,
well, that's for sure. And Jack Wilson, what can you say about him? Their goalie, I don't know how many stops he made, but I don't know how you get the ball past that guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's the defense in front of him that helps and limits what we can shoot. And, you know, we didn't attack the defense the way we wanted to. And when you settle for outside shots, it makes it easier for the goalkeeper. Attacking
the defense, they looked like that at one time. They looked like they almost had 4 people positioned to go down to that post and just snuff out any attempts you wanted to have. They played solid all the way around.
Oh, absolutely. They're a fantastic team. Well coached, played well. They're going to be a top team this nation.
All right, Cal Lutheran to wrap things up. And what do you say after a game like this? You just kind of put it away, or do you just go over some of the things that you could have improved on? I think one of the things you talked about yesterday, mental mistakes, but I think today it was just one team that put it all together.
Yeah, I mean, we did some really good things. I mean, we attacked our 6-on-5 well. We didn't score as many as we wanted to, but we got some good looks, good passes, good opportunities. We still made some mental errors, obviously. But, you know, it's tough to play against those guys. They're big, strong, and good.
All right, Coach, and on that note, we will see you in a couple hours for Cal Lutheran to wrap up the tournament. Thank you for stopping by.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
Ryan Brown, the head coach of the Air Force Academy Falcons. The final match of the Rare Air Challenge will be at 6 o'clock Mountain Time here at the Cadet Natatorium when the Falcons take on Cal Lutheran. For our entire Falcon Vision crew, our sports information director, Nick Arseniak, I'm Jeffrey Orman, bidding you a very pleasant good afternoon. I also want to include my broadcast partner, A.J. Kuipers. We'll see you at 6 o'clock Mountain Time here at the Cadet Natatorium for the final wrap-up of the Rare Air Challenge. Good afternoon, everybody.